Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I know I'm a little bit late on this, but hopefully you guys can enjoy it. Or whatever, you know. You're welcome here to the Sports Talk Network. Welcome here to Steve's Wrestling Ramble. I'm looking forward to the NFL season that's coming up next week. It starts, and hopefully we'll keep on schedule. Well, one thing that always keeps on schedule the pro wrestling stuff. Now, the biggest news to come out of WWE this past week, or lately, actually, in the last couple of days, in regards to Vince McMahon and making a taken decision in regards to third party and WWE superstar not being allowed to do so. I think it probably won't stand for much. And if anything, the only thing that would change is them not using the wrestling names, just the real names, which I would assume they would be doing in the first place. In regards to websites and otherwise, and one thing that might go away is that cameo stuff, in character. Because that's how other YouTubers, the bigger YouTubers, get those video or parts of their video in their intros, which isn't a bad thing. Hey, they pay for it. They pay for it. They earned it in a sense. They earned it by being popular and by having an audience and then having the money to be able to buy cameos. So I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying I was wondering how people were able to get that. And I'm not talking about the interview opportunities. I'm talking about like the regular cameos or the regular superstar things, because some of them come from interviews, or I'm sure near the end or at the very beginning before they start the interview, they ask for that, and then they save that part for their intro to the videos with compilations of other superstars. Which again, I don't, if I had the money, I would actually do the same thing. So I'm not there dissing it. I'm just saying I was wondering where it came from. I guess that's where it came from. Sorry if I'm talking too loud. Lately, my videos, people have been able to not hear me or haven't been really coherent. Even though, don't worry, I'm not I'm not drinking or anything when I'm doing these videos. If anything, I'm drinking good old mug root beer, no caffeine, still a sugar. So, but it is awesome. I'd say mug root beer being the best choice if you don't want caffeine. But with anything, even with pop, drink responsibly, because when I was younger, I used to go through a 12-pack of Pepsi in one night, or in one day, let alone one night. Was I proud of that then? Yeah, I was very proud of that then. Should I have been? No, but I was. And it's funny now, but also not proud of it now. I just bring it up because it happened. Look what I did. Some of the crazy things or stupid things or whatever things that I regret being older, or just regret in general. Because of that, one night is how I got the I had to be on pills for a little bit for acid reflux because of that. So, anyways, guys, hope you all are doing well. Welcome here to the Ramble. Hey, sometimes me rambling about other things, you get to know me a little bit better, whether positive or negative. That's eye of the beholder, right? I'm not watching the Milwaukee Buck game because I'm a little worried we might lose. Hopefully we win. I might be able to be part of the virtual fan experience for the next game. I like it. It's kind of funny, cute, and weird that I get emails to my own channel that I'm going live. Like, hey, look, you're going live. Did you forget that you are going live? Maybe that's in case, somebody else is going live and you're like, wait, who's using my channel? So, yeah. Time to play the game, huh? Anyways. Sorry, just replying to people on Twitter because I do have or on Instagram. But yeah, I have a new Instagram for Packers specifically. I know this is a wrestling show, but for Packers specifically, um, called Packermania_06. Again, that is Packermania_06. For that. And then of course my other ones and whatever. All right. Anyways, let's get. Let's go. Let's get to the review. Let's get this started. I'm talking about WWE Payback. I get to get my notes. Actually, writing notes, and we'll start off with my thoughts in regards to Bobby Lashley defeating Apollo Crews for the United States Championship. Now, as much as I did predict Bobby Lashley, and it's one of those kind of a shocker, but then not again shocker, considering the fact that Apollo's title run never really got off the ground. So was a relatively solid match to start, pairing Apollo's athleticism with Lashley's power. The biggest shocker for me wasn't necessarily the fact that Apollo lost, but he lost cleanly. Even though the Hurt Business was there, the finish was all Lashley. Then, after the match, Crews attacks Lashley like a sore loser. He runs away, and his music gets playing. So I don't know if that's the face heel dynamic there, or what's up with that. But it certainly was energetic. And while I was worried about the Hurt Business would interfere too much, it was kept to a minimum, and the two completely were and complementary worked in the match. So a solid start to the show, and a good match in itself overall. That's the main card. Big E defeating Sheamus. And while this was quite a treat of a match, I was expecting this to be a pre-show match coming in, but I was wrong and happy about that. And was really entertained for sure. It's probably the most technical match Sheamus has worked in a while. Heck, did you guys see that counter from the big ending into the heel hook? That was actually pretty cool. It takes effort to do so. One thing that I hate in certain matches is when a heel will work over the bottom part and just ignore it when we get to the end, right? Forgetting the story they're trying to tell in the match. However, Sheamus stuck with it, and it made us appreciate Big E's power much more. If you're going to build Big E's single career, this is the way to do it. Clean, convincing victories over credible opponents, and Sheamus made Big E look very good here, for sure. But that's not in doubt. Sheamus is a guy, one there to be helpful. Put someone over just as much as they would want the same somebody else for him, as I'm sure people have in the past, or Sheamus' own career, singles career, let alone career, period. And I thought Big E could have done a little better in selling the leg, especially after the match, but that's hit or miss. Overall, great performance by him. And overall, this over-delivered for what I was expecting, and I'm glad it did. Combine the technical prowess of Sheamus and Big E's physicality zone, and you got yourself a fun match, entertaining match, and a well-delivered match. So awesome stuff here, indeed. Matt Riddle versus King Corbin. Matt Riddle defeating King Corbin. Another great showing here, and it gave me flashes of Big E and Sheamus in a way, but just changed the characters. Corbin's relentless nature combined with Corbin's technicality was a great combination of them. I can't remember the last time I could say that I enjoyed a Corbin match, but then again, I enjoyed Corbin, period. And it was very well shown by him and by Riddle as well. With Sheamus and Corbin, they put over Big E and Riddle. And Corbin here pretty greatly as well. And in the end, Corbin his head anyway by jumping Riddle backstage. Overall, another high-quality match in the series of them tonight so far. I don't know what's in the water at the Thunderdome so far, but it's clearly something good because everyone appears to be on their A game tonight. And that is only great. Highly appreciated indeed. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax defeat Sasha Banks and Bayley to become the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Happy to see that. In that regard, Nia Jax winning a title. I'm going to kind of like that. See how she does with that. But as I just stated, I don't know what exactly is the water of the Thunderdome. Maybe it's just the fact of fans being there in any capacity, just visually and reacting, because they still are reacting to the show. It's just and a little delayed. I've learned being on the Thunderdome for Monday Night Raw. And I don't know if it's ironic in the fact that I've been selected, or not just selected, but I've been lucky to make the cut or make the time in regard to before the spots fill up for selecting or for going to the Thunderdome. Being picked for that for Monday Night Raw, and I miss when the random time is when they do for SmackDown because you have to check their Twitter. And I tried once to do the notifications for their tweets. They have so many tweets. Well, it drained my battery so quickly. So I already do that for a couple of their Twitters for handles. And a very select few indeed. But anyways, WWE needs to make sure it stays that way in regards to how things are going for them in the Thunderdome and how morale has been and how the matches have gone. At least it seems to me. Because this match, and once again, I exceeded my expectations. I was never a huge fan of Nia Jax's work, but I did respect her. I actually want to call with work on the roster, but that's not the case. Baszler can be great when she wants to, but she also has to be paired with the right opponent. But they can both be great in spurts, and both of them were great in these spurts tonight. The double team moves on Nia and that finish by Shayna were my favorite parts of the match. I thought they were going to tease more dissension between Sasha and Bayley here, but they just got outclassed and outmatched. And of course, the story here is that Nia and Shayna are a last-minute makeshift tag team who were only bonded by their hate for Sasha and Bayley, and they worked flawlessly at the tag team. Shayna takes care of the in-ring physicality stuff, and Nia came in as the brunt force. The combination with the craftiness of Sasha and Bayley just made for a beautiful combination and some great near falls at the end as well. And continuing on with Ron, otherwise, how they're building them up as well. It's really interesting in its own right. With even the title defense, the automatic rematch that I thought was abolished. It's Nia Jax with the splash at the top, pinning both Sasha Banks and Bayley. Just as much as Shayna Baszler tapping out Bayley with Banks' arm, using both of them to win the title. So it's almost like a Kane Daniel Bryan thing, just a different way. I'm the tag team champion. No, I'm the tag team champion. Just in a different way there for the women. And that's pretty cool. But yeah, lovely. Keith Lee versus Randy Orton. Keith Lee defeating Randy Orton. Definitely not a bad match. And I can dig Keith Lee winning. But the problem with this match wasn't the fact that it was bad, because it wasn't at all. It was a very good match. I enjoyed it in its own right. But it was way too short to care. The finish especially took me off guard. I didn't even absorb the fact Lee pinned Orton until I saw him celebrating on the ring like I was doing something else. And boom, it happened. It was just so sudden. You wouldn't think that this was the match that would be the shortest on the card. I could even understand if it was a fluke or a flash pin or something. But like, so surprised. But Lee hit his finisher and everything, and just like that, done. I mean, I don't know. This was supposed to be a huge win for Lee, and still is, but I would have appreciated a little bit more, at least me a little bit more, if it went through the ringer, but this was literally a sprint. It'll be interesting to see how they have Orton rebound. You know, you lose the WWE champion WrestleMania and to his friend after he came to his defense. Well, we'll have to see. But the main match still was alright though, overall. Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio defeating Seth Rollins and Murphy. Probably the best match of the night. Another great showing for Dominic here. These four have been involved in one of the best feuds of 2020, and this was the next chapter in that story. They start off with the basic tag team format, but I did like how much they wanted to feature Dominic here and Rey Mysterio and crisply ever on his own. As for Rollins and Murphy, this is another great showing by the two, especially by Rollins. They've been making Dominic look very strong in this feud, and this is another example of that. With some great near falls, great tag team work by both teams, and a great story being told, this was a great effort on both ends with the right team going over. And kind of surprised if you didn't see any retribution, but it'd be what it be. You didn't see them at all. And then, of course, our main event, Roman Reigns defeating Braun Strowman and The Fiend in the triple threat no holds barred match for the Universal Championship. And Roman Reigns becoming the new Universal Champion after his turn at SummerSlam. But as I just said, like I said, no holds barred match. So I found it rather funny that WWE kept pushing the fact that this was a no holds barred match, or no holds barred triple threat match. Do you not understand a triple threat match means it's technically already no holds barred? There's no disqualification, and you can do whatever you want. It's kind of like saying a Hell in a Cell no disqualification match. So whether that's technically right or not, I just found that interesting just in my own right. Specifically to that. Maybe just to give it more bravado. I don't know. Or technicality, right? It's technically a triple threat no holds barred match. I might as well just go by the technical term. Make it even sound bigger and better. Anyway, if this is going to be Roman Reigns' new attitude, sign me up. Don't know if he's fully heel, but it sure looks that way. But it definitely looks leaning toward that direction as well. Between the alliance with Paul Heyman using a loophole and signing the contract literally moments before the match ended, and picking up the bones, he surely should be a full-fledged heel by the end of the year, if not already right now. The actual match itself was a decent brawl. I've seen even of Wyatt and Strowman for 1 year, and Roman's new attitude freshens up SmackDown's main event scene in a bad way. Also, props for Charles Robinson telling the ring collapse as well. Never failed. So in conclusion, I really thought Payback was just another. I just thought was, and I, going in, thought it was just be a glorified brawl or something. We will have some solid matches. Or maybe a prompt pay-per-view coming a week after digesting SummerSlam. However, Payback turned out to be a very solid, good pay-per-view from top to bottom in my eyes. Lee and Orton was the worst match of the night, but even with that, Randy Orton shined. Keith Lee got the win. And that also was only because it didn't go long enough. And I found everything to be enjoyable in one way or another. We had 3 title changes, and we had story progression as we enter into fall. So Payback 2020 gets a thumbs up for me, gets a B+ grade for sure. Highly enjoyed. And that is the bottom line because I, Steve, said so. But all in all, yeah, definitely enjoyable. And I hope you enjoyed this video review and look forward to Alright, anyways, sorry, guys. But yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Subscribe, ring the bell. As I check out me on the social medias, and we go from there. And above all else, as always, take care.